Hey Stamp friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachel Kuhn and today is Fun Fold Friday. I know it's been a hot minute since we've had Fun Fold Friday, so I'm excited to start it back up again now that I have a little bit more time with some of the family things going on are now less. And so thank you for waiting out for this one. I think it's been maybe 2 or 3 months since my Fun Fold, so we have a great one to share with you today. It is based off of a demo swap challenge. So that means that I was given criteria that I had to have with this card. Let me tell you about it. It needed to be a holiday, so we're doing Christmas. And then I need to use a die, so I have these texture note dies along here. I needed to use the Regal's colors, so that's why I have the cherry cobbler and that shaded spruce. And then it had to have a Z fold. So that's why I've created this fun gift card holder that when you open it, you can see how that creates a Z, so that this is also considered a Z fold card, which makes it a little bit more fun. And we've created that fun little pocket to easily put a gift card in. I love gift cards for sending in the mail and then letting people choose what they want to have instead of me shopping sometimes. Sometimes I love to give actual gifts I've wrapped and everything as well. All right, let's go ahead and show you how we use this stamp set, Ornamental Christmas, using this image here, the tree and the Merry Christmas, and then we've die cut that star out of gold foil. Let's go ahead and set that aside and we'll get all of our pieces together. In the description below, you will see links to my blog. That's where you'll find all the measurements to this card. Then also you'll see a link to my online store. That's where you can buy all the products that we're using in this card as well. All right. So looks like, here we go. Thought I was missing a piece, but I found it. For this one, we have just a couple things to stamp, but your pieces should look something like this once you have them all cut out. And then we'll have this basic white and this basic white, and those will be the two spots we'll be stamping on today. The first one we went ahead and we die cut that one, and we are going to just use this awesome pine tree here. Super simple, really nice. This one you could even heat emboss with a basic black, and that would look amazing. I'm just going to go ahead and use my Memento ink. My Memento ink is getting a little bit dry, so mine does not come out as dark, but I'm okay with that. I'm waiting for that refill to be available again, and then I will get it nice and wet on that ink pad. Until then, I'm just going to stamp it a couple of times. We're going to flip it, and you want to make sure that it's lower to the ground so that we have that grounded and we have a spot to put things on top. Press down, lift up, nice. Turned out pretty good. Let's go ahead and wipe that clean so it's ready for the next time, and we'll put away our Memento ink. Next, we're going to grab this shaded spruce ink and slide in our next piece of basic white. Shaded spruce is part of the Regals family. That's why we chose this shade this time. And then we're going to ink up our Merry Christmas. There's also a couple different sayings you could have used. You could have used "'Tis the Season" or "Be Jolly." It's totally up to you. I'm going to go ahead and put it right there on the top of my basic white. Merry Christmas. Oh, that turned out great. And put it away. And that's it for our stamping. The Z fold comes from just having the score lines at the right places. 1 second. I got inked. Let me wipe that off real quick and try not to transfer it, but you betcha if you find a green spot on this card, it's because I got my thumb into it. We'll slide that over. All right, so for this one, we're going to head and glue our DSP. This is this amazing design series paper that has the black and white mostly with these just accents of gold. So it's great because that way I could add any color to it, which I love that idea. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Again, it'll be over on my blog. I think it's Modern Christmas, I want to say. I have that fa la 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 la. For those of you who don't know, I am now a music instructor for elementary schools. So I thought this would be a fun one for me, having that fa la 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 la. And knowing that is actually in one of our songs we'll be singing this winter for our concerts. Sorry, I did not put that on nicely the first time, so luckily it's liquid glue. So we're going to remove and do again until it looks nice. All right, then we have this cherry cobbler, which we have some score lines in. And we're going to go ahead and just start to crease them until we create the Z fold that we want. Z needs to be opening so that our fingers on this side will pull it open, okay? So score line will be on the front right. And then the inside, we have that score line will be on the back left, okay? That helps you out a little bit. Then let's go ahead and grab our mat right here. Let's attach that one to our shaded spruce to create our front. And then we're just going to line it all up. So we have edges on all 4 sides. Looks good. Flip, and I actually like to put dimensionals on the back of this guy. I just want a little bit of pop, and this is where we're gonna put it, in the very front of the card. So 1 in each corner, 1 in the center, and remove the backs. And that center back, there we go. Folding that Z fold down and placing it so that way they're not going to be even. So it's going to be wider on the sides and less on the bottom. So if you're looking at it that way, make sure you're not trying to match those sides that we have. I have this weird shape, not weird, the uneven, like a not even side to side, because I like that die and I wanted the die here. So I just made a mat that would fit that die. Open it up, let's go to the middle piece. We have a piece of that designer series paper. We have it measured at 2 7/8 by 3, so making sure when you go to check it, if it's touching the score lines, it is not the right direction. So we're gonna go that way with it. I could flip it over and have these cool, like, ooh, what do we think of that? So before we have that guy with, oh, I don't know, we need some gold. We'll have a little bit of bling. It's always hard for me to decide. Then I just have a 2-inch punch. I'm gonna have it go into our DSP, and I'm just creating a notch. I just want it to be big enough so that way I can pull out that gift card without getting it stuck. So I'm going less than halfway on this one, like so. And that creates a nice big opening for me. Then we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna grab our tear tape. And we'll put that on the bottom. And then our 2 sides, but not the top. Make sure I get this one, the top right there, nice. And 1 more, so just 3 pieces. Closest to the edge as we can so that we have that room for that gift card. I like this one because it has a gift card going vertical instead of horizontal, which is a little bit different than our usual gift card holder. So I like this look here. Okay, remove the backings. Now we're gonna attach it to the bottom. I'm gonna line it up with this guy here. So what I could do is even just kind of scoot it over, or I could use a guide of another piece of paper and then just press down. And because that's 2 7/8 and this is a score line at 3, it should be just along that score, which is pretty cool. Then I like to take my bone folder and create some pocket space here, like so, holding on to those ends where the tear tape is to make it a little bit more easy to put things in. Then we're gonna go to that final spot, our Merry Christmas, and then we'll embellish and attach. Whoop, got stuck there. Got it. Okay. Again, lining up that bottom where that DSP is. Nice. Okay. Looking good, looking good. Let's embellish now. I like how we can see this all out in this one panel, and we know it's all on the inside. Makes it easy to assemble. Let's go ahead and grab our cute little gold foil star. That's from those Ornamental Christmas dies. And we'll grab a glue dot. So I like this to have a little bit of dimension, but I don't want it so high since this is already on dimensionals here. And then we want to grab some of this amazing baker's twine, which is in that black and gold. And then we're going to make a tiny bow, not too big. And I keep it on the spool so that way if I mess up and I have it not the right size I need, then I don't have to waste it. Okay, crazy floppy side on one so far. You pull it, you hold the knot and you pull, hold and pull until it gets to that floppy desire that you want. I grab my paper snips. My good ones are floating around somewhere. So I have this pair here. Oh, no, this is my good pair. I can tell because I have a charm on it. That's mine and my team charms of Queens of the Stamp Age. And so that way if I go somewhere and my paper snips, I could tell them that one's mine. Fun, right? All right, glue dot. Like so, pinch it, pull it, and put it just underneath that star. Cute, cute. You could leave it like that and that would be embellished enough, or you could go ahead and add, I use the shades of green hexagons, and I use that smallest one, which is that shaded spruce shade, or I found these ones, which I think they're retired, but I'm gonna add them on this one just so you can see like the color comparison. This is the Cherry Cobbler and Pearl Adhesive Backed Berries, and we're just gonna put 3 of those on. And then you can tell me which one do you prefer. So I'm going to go far left on this top one. We'll go down to the middle. It's going to come out to the right. And then we're going to go all the way to the bottom and the far left. Grab that guy. So not quite all the way to the bottom, a couple branches up. Nice. I think I do like that Cherry Cobbler a little bit better because I feel like it shows up and it gives that nice accent, even though this one is amazing too. You can see it when I hold it just right, but loving that little bit of red. Okay, now we are ready just to attach this to here. You may use your Stampin' Seal Plus, or you may use your liquid glue. I use liquid glue originally, but for the sake of dry time, I'm just going to do a little bit of our Stampin' Seal Plus. The downside is I have to make sure I stick it on there the right way the first time. So let's go ahead and hover, looking at all my sides, scooting a little bit one way, scooting another, and then placing it on as straight as I can. There we go. Looks pretty good. And there we have our Z-Fold Christmas card with a gift card holder, so that way you can shove a gift card in there. You could skip this step and either just put another piece of basic white in here, or you can measure it up the same as a basic white and then just have a piece of design series paper here if you didn't want to make it a gift card holder. So just keep that in mind. Same measurement as our white to our middle one here. All right, you guys, I hope you've had a fun time with our Fun Fold Friday. Yay, it's back. I'll try to keep it going for the rest of the year. We'll see how November and December hold out. But I love sharing with you guys these amazing Christmas products. Getting ready for December. Make sure this is the time to order. Also, look for our deals around Thanksgiving where we have our last chance items coming out, because this one is a rubber made stamp. So that way the stamps have that rubber base to it and not the photopolymer. These ones will be discontinued. So you already know, if you love this Ornamental Christmas set, get it now, because once that last chance list comes up, it may not be available. All right, that's my tip to you. Have a great day and happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.